What's going on, y'all? It's your favorite businessman, CEO Rico on CEO Rico TV. So today I need to have a conversation with y'all. So remember when we did the Carmelo Anthony case, right? Where you had the 16-year-old teenager, black kid who down in what was it, Frisco, Texas, if I'm not mistaken, and he stabbed Austin Metcalf, right? Now, remember before when we did it, I gave my opinion on it. And I basically broke down on why he was wrong for what he did and why it was actually a huge detriment, right? Now, since that time, a number of people wanted to make it into a race issue, which I never looked at it that way. I felt like that was extremely ignorant and simply due to the fact that it was a black and a white situation, a lot of people had commentary in regards to it. And a lot of people had actually commented on my video that I dropped. Now, I want to do a little recap because I remember when I was going over this and the number of people and the craziest thing for me was the number of men that said something in regards to Austin Metcalf got what he deserved, and Carmelo Anthony, it was self-defense, everything like that, right? I felt that that was the softest shit ever. You understand? Very soft, because as a man, growing up as a teenager, I had my own situation where I got into a little bit of a scuffle with a dude. I was 18, dude was 28. It happened at work. I didn't know how to handle the situation for the most part, but nevertheless, I didn't run out and go grab anything to where it cost somebody their life, right? This boy took another boy's life, teenagers. And it's so sad because now they're about to charge him. The charges that is against him now, he is facing life in prison without the possibility of parole until the age of 57. So he about to do 40 years, potentially do 40 years in prison for this incident. And a number of people wanted to make it into a race issue and wanted to make it and speak on it as if he should be justified for what he did. And they always go back to shit that happened before we were even born. Now, let's get something understood. I am a proponent of accountability and staying here in the present and moving towards the future. I'm not like, don't get me wrong. At points in my life earlier on, until I woken up and start to realize and see the world for what it truly was, instead of what somebody kept on trying to teach me or something like that, or play with my emotions. The world is not what it used to be. And so many people live in the past. It is ridiculous. And they try to use this as an example of, I guess, some future justice type shit. And it's not valid. But let's get into it. And I'm gonna bring y'all up to speed on why I feel and how I feel. So let me bring this up on the screen real quick. And we're just gonna read through some of it, okay? Because like I said, it's not okay. In no way, shape, or form is it okay. And I need people to truly understand this. Seriously. Because it's ridiculous. Let me bring this up. So hopefully it's big enough for y'all to see. But let's just read through it. All right. Now I'm going to play this quick video just to bring you up to speed.
Story, and we do that story that day, you never know which one is actually going to take off. And it kind of surprises me sometimes, the ones that just go viral instantly, or the ones that you may think will get a lot of attention that really don't. So this one has definitely gone way past the borders of Frisco, past North Texas. It's a national story.
The Frisco Memorial High School community gathered tonight in grief after the stabbing death of a teenager at a track meet.
Another teenager, a student at Frisco Centennial, is now charged with the murder. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf's twin brother was at the track with him. His family says he died in his brother's arms.
His brother was holding.
That's his dad.
Trying to hold the blood.
Austin
Metcalf. In the
Metcalf.
past hour, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony has been released from the Collin County Jail after posting bond. A judge reduced his bond this morning from $1 million to $250,000. He's facing a murder charge after police say he stabbed another teenager, Austin Metcalf, while at a track meet at a Frisco high school.
I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before.
This is mom and dad.
Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to.
Yeah, so we want to try to dig into it a little more as we have this conversation, and we'll be joined later by
So that's just a quick little recap on the situation, right? I don't really want to go too deep into this actual video, right? But just a few things in regards to Carmelo Anthony. Now, he's being charged with first degree murder for stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. It says witnesses told police that Anthony stabbed Metcalf during a dispute at the Frisco track meet. Now, this was on April 2nd. Now, just a few updates. So his fundraiser surpassed 500,000, and I believe the family had to actually use the funds to relocate because they were receiving death threats, and things like that. So they were in danger. Let's see. It says he was released on bond, 250,000. And here's another thing. Carmelo Anthony, told the police, like, yes, I did it. And he asked the question, like, could it be considered as self-defense, right? But the biggest thing for me when it came to this whole situation was the simple fact of one, he actually is a good kid too. They actually they go into this. Let me find it really quick because they definitely got witnesses that were there that witnessed the entire thing. Here. So it says a family representative says Anthony was a 3.7 GPA student, captain of both the football and track team. His parents told the judge he worked at Foot Locker for 2 years and he worked a second job at HEB. I'm not sure what that is. He's the oldest. So basically, he's the oldest brother of his younger siblings. And, found he has no criminal history prior to April 2nd. And, just like a quick background on him, right? Now, here's my thing on why, once again, I had an issue with the entire situation as a whole, and then why I had a huge issue with my own community, and especially, listen, the women, they gonna say what they say. I I like to hold women accountable, but at the same time, I understand women are very emotional creatures, and it's kind of like I don't do the back and forth with women because it's kind of like, and I'm trying to say this in the best way possible. Because women think so emotionally, there's only a very small amount of them that can think logically and not let their emotions overrun them. So when the women were saying a lot of the things that they were saying, it automatically irritated me because I'm like, see, this is the problem with so many people now because a lot of the men listen to this and they're taught this bullshit, and this is the reason on why they operate the way they operate. They operate in an emotional realm, and that's not how we as men are supposed to operate. But the men were throwing me for a major loop because why are you sitting here saying Austin Metcalf got what he deserved? He should have kept his hands to himself. They did this to us years ago and all this ignorant shit. But they failed to realize that this 16-year-old boy who had a very bright future, according to, I mean, when you looking at it on paper, captain of the football team, captain of the track team, 3.7 GPA, had a job, worked a second job. He picked up a second job. He's the oldest of his younger three siblings. He sounded like a good kid, right? But now, due to this issue, the same system that y'all sit here and say that is so racist, that is so against us and everything, he's about to go through that exact same system that is going to put him, that's going to fuck him. Okay? That system is going to fuck him. It's so mind blowing that y'all really can sit here and say on how America is this oh so big systematic racist system, but yet we constantly keep doing dumb shit to get in that said system. For all the ones that want to be so oppressed, the system is oppressing you. The system is doing all these things against you. Why the fuck do you do the things that you do to get into said system? And for the love of God, why do y'all keep staying in the past, bro? Like, you can't do shit to change yesterday. There is nothing you can do to change from yesterday. Now, I understand for the people who want to say, the system was set up against us, the system, is not meant for us, and all on what y'all want to say. All right, cool. Okay, if that's what y'all want to say, cool. Here's my question. Cause I got a few cause it really irks the fuck out of me when it comes to my own people when they say the shit that they say. Because America is literally a mixture of all different diversities. We know our history. We know that, there were we were enslaved at one point in time and all that. I got you. We know there were Jim Crow. We know redlining. We know all of this, right? But see, a lot of people don't actually do the reading, the actual research into these things to actually learn like the small details. And this is one thing that I learned. I learned that the small details matter a lot. Let's talk about just real quick. It's not the Jim Crow. It's another I hate sometimes when I forget these things when they be right there. As soon as I'm ready to start, it be right there and I forget. But basically, it was the man who basically came up with the way to basically control us mentally, like where they do certain things like pin the dark skin against the light skin, pin them against each other. What else was it? It was some other things that Willie Lynch. There you go, Willie Lynch. If you read the Willie Lynch, I think it's a letter or because I read it when I was like 11 or 14, one of the two, because my dad sent it to me. And there was something in there that said that everything that he implemented, it was going to last for the next 200, I think 74 years. And the crazy thing is when you go back and you just read like from intellectual people, and I'm not talking about like Willie Lynch, I'm talking about like people who like wrote books on us like back in like the early 1900s. What's so crazy is because like how to miseducate the Negro. If you read that book was written in the 1900s, like the early part of the 1900s, like before 1930 or something like that. What they talk about is the things that are literally going on within the black community now. And it was so mind-boggling to me because it's like, damn, bro, this book was almost written 100 years earlier. But everything that they say that we were doing or that we do, we're still doing it now. And it may, change in some fashion or form or whatever, but it's basically the same. And then I think I said, all these people forever blaming white people for whatever issues that we may have or issues that may have happened yesteryear. Why do they still let that control what they do now? Because here's my question to you. Now I understand some people gonna say, "Oh, well, they did." Two things can be true, but my thing is this: at what point in life do you grow up and take accountability for yourself and move forward? That's my genuine question. Because I can tell you straight up, if I was to tell y'all my history, y'all would not think that I should be where I am today. And I'm not even nowhere near done on my journey. I'm not even close to where I'm supposed to be. So I still got a ways. But it's a simple fact that I made a decision that, bro, nobody is going to stop me from being successful. Nothing is going to deter me from my path and my purpose and where I'm supposed to be going in life. Not a white person, not a red person, not a no person is going can stop me. They will not stop me. I'm going to set my life and live my life in a certain way to where I stay away from certain people, certain groups, certain activities because I need to stay focused. Why is it that when things happen between a black person and a white person, y'all immediately scream out racism? Y'all immediately scream out race as if somebody is really fucking oppressing us and they're not. Now, I know we have racist people. And I know the system that we are now living in was originally created in a systematic racist fucking way. I know, we get it. But bro, you're not gonna sit here and fucking tell me that shit is still oppressing us till this day. You not. You might have those one-offs where it's like, oh well, this student over here, or this black person over here, and this white person over here in another county or another state with another judge, things is different. Oh well, he did this type of crime, and this white one did this type of crime, but this black one was sentenced a lot higher than the white one. Well, guys, if the system was originally not created for us, if we don't have enough of us in that said systems to actually do the work and change the system, while also simultaneously bettering our youth and getting our family structure in order to where we don't even need to participate in said system, then how the fuck do you think it's gonna change? See, one thing that really irritates me about a lot of y'all think bitching and complaining is gonna do something to change something. That's the thing that really get me. You really think that bitching and complaining on the internet or bitching and complaining in your living room or kitchen is gonna do something? Bro, it ain't gonna do shit. Complaining doesn't do nothing for nobody. Nobody. If you want to get laws and stuff passed, you need to get out there and actually do something. Go vote. If you want a certain law to be, on a ballot or something like that, you start a petition. You fill out. There are steps to get this shit done. And then not only that, how about you make sure, one, you do something productive with yourself. Two, the family that you started or helped create or whatever, how about you do something productive for the female or the male that you created that family with? How about you do something even more productive for the children that you created? So that way you don't have to worry about the news, putting us in a negative light, because we won't have no negativity for them to do. Or even better yet, how about this? Because we all know not everybody is going to be productive. You always going to have a ghetto. You always going to have ignorant ass people. We know this. So how about this? How about we separate ourselves, right? You take the ghetto motherfuckers and they stay over there. You take the productive ones and we go over here. We go over because we were productive. We want to pay our taxes. Now, for the smart ones, we're gonna use our business to leverage a lot of those taxes and do certain stuff that's legal because the government said that we could do it as business people. And let's just separate ourselves. And then when stuff starts to come on to the news about, oh yeah, this individual, we can automatically say, yo, that's not a part of us over here. We productive. That's them niggas over there. We don't condone or operate with them. Let them do them. Let the hood rats do them. Let the hoes do them. Let the dudes that want to be bums and dusty ass dudes, let them do them. All they dusty asses stay on one side. The productive ones getting to it, raising our families, being productive, and being what the fuck black people should be. We over here doing our thing. Because all y'all niggas came out, all y'all dudes came out and said what y'all said about Austin Metcalf got what he deserved. He should have kept his hands to himself and all that bullshit. But this good kid is about to go spend the rest of his fucking life in prison. There's a strong possibility that he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. And then with the possibility of parole at 57, because they charging him as an adult within Texas. But all y'all wanted to run to the internet. Oh yeah, he got what he deserved and all like that. But yet y'all failing to realize 2 teenage boys lost their lives that day. One of them is never coming back. His brother had to hold him in his own fucking arms and watch his brother die, bro. I don't give a fuck about race, color, none of that shit. That shit hurt, bro. This dude is about to lose his life. So when everybody is saying, he got what he deserved and all like that, dog about to go to prison. Okay, so I want to have a quick convo with y'all, right? Because what some of you may not know, but I know, because one, growing up in the hood, you encounter different types of people. I have family members who went to prison. My dad was in prison from the age I was 6 to 22. My cousin, prison, more than once. Uncle, in and out of prison, whole life. Stepdad, prison. You feel what I'm saying? So having a conversation, you understand that within prison, you're automatically grouped, no matter if you want to or not, as soon as you get in that motherfucker. So if you black or if you're white or Mexican or whatever, I think they separated by gangs and all that stuff too. Yo, who you? Oh yeah, your people over there. Go ahead. It's politics off rip. This boy's 16, about to be 17, or he probably is 17 or something. But then he gonna be in a prison with full grown ass adults. He's not even fully developed, so he gotta grow up and be there. And hopefully somebody protects him. Because if not, guess what? That's fresh fish on the yard, homie. But y'all ain't think about that, did y'all? Y'all just thought, yeah, let's run to his support and oh yeah, he got what he deserved and all, and then y'all want to be ignorant about the shit. But y'all not thinking about this boy about to go to prison with grown ass men who doing life for real and don't give a fuck about nothing. They not gonna think, oh yeah, let's look out for little homie because he a little 17-year-old. But y'all want to do this race shit, right? But yet y'all care so much. So much y'all care. Y'all want to rah some shit pop off and be reactive instead of being proactive and making sure that our youth don't go through shit like this. Setting good productive examples to where it's like, all right, yo, if you go out here and do some crazy, if you know something pop off, you have a confrontation with somebody, yeah, you can use these in order to get up out that situation. You ain't got to use the other stuff. But now homie used a knife and somebody's gone and he going to prison. 3.7 GPA, worked 2 jobs, captain of the football and track team. Whole life is gone. He never even got the experience, the ability to purchase a firearm. And in Texas, from last time I checked, you don't even need a CPL in Texas. Everybody got guns. He ain't gonna get to experience that. Can't experience prom. Can't experience high school graduation. Can't experience going to college. Even if he did get off, bro, y'all really think he gonna get a good job to actually live a sustainable life? What fucking corporate company is gonna hire him when they do a background check and see that shit? But y'all champion that dumbass shit though, right? Cause y'all like, oh yeah. And then if he do get off, what he gonna live? What type of life he gonna live? A bum ass fucking life, because he can't even get proper employment to actually do something because he has a blemished background. And remember, the system that y'all talking about that's so fucking racist. Well, guess what? It's ran by white people if that's the case, right? Because it's not like in large mass we're creating our own businesses and businesses to give jobs to our youth so where they don't have to go outside our fucking community to go get a job. But y'all not thinking about that, right? That's not what y'all thinking. Y'all thinking about, oh yeah, this black and white shit and they just so racist and like man, listen, this one, like I said, I had to do the update. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a little emotional because it's like, I know our youth needs us so bad, but like the adults are on some straight up bum ass shit. Like everybody want to talk about this men versus women war bullshit. And it's like, I understand where they coming from with it because, our women, they love to put, they're the most educated and they have home ownership. They got the most home ownership and they start the most businesses. And it's like, okay. The funny thing is the dudes that's out here getting it, putting in the work and that's really about they shit, bro, don't nobody give a fuck. Y'all doing all that for each other, saying all this for each other, and y'all shitting on a broke bum ass dusty dudes, and don't nobody want them motherfuckers anyway. Like real talk, long term. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm happy for you, but what is that doing for the community as a whole? What is that doing for our marriage rates? What is that doing for our family structures? What is that doing for our youth who data is showing that they not reading past the 3rd fucking grade level? And I'm not doing no comparison to no other ethnic group because honestly, that's not my duty. It's my duty to care about the people in my community first. And y'all not even taking care of shit, bro. We got YNs man, listen, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon down below. Make sure y'all drop a comment. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. And hit that notification bell. And I'm going to get at y'all next.